Parashat Va'era. Every week I look forward to the time when I'm preparing for the Shabbat sermon. And what's amazing, I've done these preparations for at least 55 years. What's amazing is that I always feel as if the biblical portion is speaking out directly to me. I open up the Bible and begin to go over the verses, and it's as if that God, through the words of the Bible, is speaking directly to my concerns. I try to couch them, therefore, each week in a manner which will be applicable to as many people as possible. But for me, it's a very personal learning and a very personal experience. The same thing happened in a very special way in Parshat Va'era this morning, as I'm communicating to you. And God spoke to Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord, and I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob as Kel Shakai, the Almighty God. But my name, Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, the Tetragrammaton, the four-letter name of God, Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, I have not made known to them. Prima facie, this is a difficult verse. I want to just briefly explain it and why I feel it's speaking to me personally, but not only to me personally, but to my generation, and especially to my generation in Israel. What's in a name? Everything, the Torah would say. Names, to a great extent, are definitions. Kel Shakai, usually translated the Almighty God, means the God who sets limits. The powerful God, Kel. Kel means might. The powerful God who sets limits to everything, including to the actions of every human being. Our Torah is a Torah of morality, with do's and don'ts, and there are things we may not do. And that, of course, is the God who has made himself known to the Jewish people for the last 4,000 years in terms of the do's and don'ts of Jewish law. Gives us limits in order to keep us pure as possible as moral human beings. But what about the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei? Now, many times I've explained Yud-Kei Vav-Kei as being the God of love. That the Vav and the Vet interchange. Hey Vav Hey is like Hey Vet Hey. The Hebrew word ta'ava means appetite, and te'evon means hunger. Same kind of thing. The Vav and Vet switch, they're homonyms. So, ahava, the Hebrew word for love, Hey Vet Hey, is also to be seen in Hey Vav Hey. Yud-Kei Vav-Kei has another meaning. Yehovah, He will effectuate. It's the God of love who will effectuate and bring about the proof of His love and of His faithfulness to us in His redemption of us. And that's what Yud-Kei Vav-Kei means. God is the God of love and redemption who will redeem His people. What God is saying here to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in effect, is that I let you know my name of a God who sets limits, the God of do's and don'ts. That's this book of Bereshit, of Genesis. In Exodus, I'm about to redeem the Jews from Egypt. I'm going to reveal myself as the God of love and redemption. I must tell you, as someone who lives at the present time in the state of Israel, for much of the last 2,000 years, we've lived with Kel Shakai, the God who sets limits, the God of do's and don'ts. With the emergence of the state of Israel, we experience the God of redemption. And it's an amazing experience that I never tire of. I tell everyone that I used to be angry at Orthodox Jews who don't come to live in Israel, because living in Israel is a mitzvah. Vorashtem et haaretz v'yishavtem ba. You must inherit the land and live in it, dwell in it. Just like Shabbat is a mitzvah. If you're an Orthodox Jew, you have to live in Israel. I'm not angry anymore at anybody who doesn't live here, because I understand there are difficulties and problems and families and old parents and young children, and I understand everybody has his issues and his problem. But I do feel very sorry for everyone who doesn't experience the redemption that we experience every day. The kibbutz galuyot. God promised us in Deuteronomy. God promised us. Even if you're scattered to the ends of the heavens, after the destruction of the second temple. From there will I take you, and from there will I bring you up and restore you to the land of your fathers. We're living the fulfillment of that promise. We're living to see the Jews from the tribe of Dan, the lost tribe of Dan, coming back to Israel from Ethiopia. The lost tribe of Manasseh coming back to Israel from India. We see all of the Moranos from South America coming back to live in Israel, converting, reconverting. But they were Jews who were lost because of persecution, coming back. And so many Russian Jews as well, literally the same situation. This is the century of redemption and return, just as God promised. Sometimes the person who's living through the miracle doesn't fully see the miracle. It's a great miracle to behold. Please come to Israel and witness it. Shabbat Shalom.